Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Trimcraft Tuesday video. This week I'm doing a couple of Traveller's Notebook layouts or spreads with Paper Addicts Forever and Always. I think I can safely say that this is probably my favourite of the recent Paper Addicts releases. I love the colour scheme, I love the pastel vibe and the brush strokes, and even though I'm not usually a pink girl, I think it's so beautiful. Anyways, I am scrapping some photos from my friend's wedding, which was, I think it's going to be her 3rd anniversary in a couple of weeks. Oh my goodness. Really? I need to check that. That doesn't sound right, but I think it is. Anyways, on my first page there, I don't know how well you can see, but there's actually a rip in the middle where the staples are, just because the book itself is getting quite heavy with layouts and stuff. So I decided to do a piece of paper that would go over the middle and strengthen it a little bit. So I just sort of roughly measured that, and then I used my scallop border punch to do that lovely scallop border at the edge there. And that's sort of the main element of this layout, really. These TN spreads, they're so quick and easy to do, but you can make them so pretty with kind of minimal work. Anyway, so I'm going to back my photos there. But after I'd backed the first one, I was like, actually, I think it will look really pretty if I back the photos in a way that I can add scalloped edges to them. So for this smaller photo, I cut it in a way where the backing sort of was sticking out by like maybe 3/4 of an inch on one side. So you can see there I'm doing the scallop border punch. So I rebacked, or double backed, I suppose, this other photo so I could do the same to that. And so for the main thing, the scallops are going to the right on the photo, they're going to the left. And so for this one, I did the scallops at the top, at the bottom, so it looked all sort of balanced out. So they're not all facing one way or facing the other way. Does that make sense? I'm balancing out my scallops is what I'm saying to you here. Anyways, here I'm just adding a rough border around the white edge, just because as much as I love this paper pad, you do need to sort of balance it or tone it out with a little bit of darker colour. So just adding this black border, and I did a sort of a double border there with the lines crossing over each other. It just helps, it actually highlights the papers a little bit more. Here I thought maybe I'd put the second picture on the second spread, but I thought, nah, keep it on here. But where the ripping of the centre of the notebook got even worse, so I'm using some really, really wide washi here just to reinforce that, and I chose that white one with the black scripty writing on. Obviously I'm thinking wedding equals white wine, my brain is just making that connection. Anyways, going back onto the first page as well, I wanted to add a little bit more black, so I'm just adding some strips of washi here and there. And that washi there, the black one with the white hearts, I'm pretty sure that is one of the first washi tapes I ever bought, so it is a very, very old washi tape, and so I definitely won't be able to link it because I have no memory whatsoever where I got that from. Anyways, I've fussy cut that happily ever after. Thought I was going to use it on this page, turned out I'm going to use it on the next one. But I have these hearts that were pre-fussy cut from this paper pad, which I had done for a previous project and then didn't use them, so I thought they would look cute on here. So I'm just gluing those down, and then I think I'm going to move on to the next couple of pages. I do go back and add a few more things to the first one. So with this one, I needed to incorporate that washi down the middle. I suppose I could have covered it up, but I actually think it goes really, really nicely, and again it adds that little bit of black that looks really, really nice with this collection. So I've just cut a couple of strips of this sort of striped paper. Again, I'm going with my scallop border punch because then everything sort of ties in together. And then I started off doing 2 of those, and then I thought if I have the scallops facing away from each other, it's not going to look right. So I played around for a long time again with which way to face my scallops, but I've cut all that out, thankfully for you, and decided for that layout would look nice. So I'm just gluing those down there, and then once those were down, I was like, oh, we need something else. It's too light and it's too centralized, it's too in the middle. I need to balance it out with something else. So I grabbed another strip of this paper, again did the border punch, and then I just thought actually it looks better if it's just like a wider strip in the middle. So I've just put that down there like so, and then just to cover up the joint, I'm adding this washi, which is not sticky at all. So I'm just adding some glue runner there so it's actually sticky. It's from one of those boxes in the range, the black ones, not Trimcraft ones, I'm afraid, but yeah, they're about £5 for a box of, I don't know, 15 or so. They're really pretty, but not very sticky. So yeah, needed extra adhesive there, but I do like the way that looks. Cut down the photo just a little bit, just making it a little bit more narrow, and then I'm going to back it on this pink paper, which has like the little hints of the florals from the heart, so it's not just pink, you can get other colours popping out from behind there too. And then once I've got that down, I obviously needed something else for this layout. So I'm grabbing this paper here, which has these really lovely hearts on that are sort of slightly uneven hearts, like made with brush strokes or something. And I know I've said this a million times on my channel, but I just love that sort of effect when shapes are like not perfect. So I've tried to fussy cut them in a way that reflects that, like trying not to fussy cut them perfectly. And then each one of those, I'm just taking a really thin gel pen. It's a Uniball Signo RT, I think it's a 0.38mm, and just going around the shape of the heart with a black line. I think it just completes them a little bit and just makes them look a little bit more interesting and prettier. And anyways, so just going to glue those down. Had to use a little bulldog clip there because the notebook is starting to bulge, as they do once you start getting towards the end of them. I'm going to put a couple of hearts over the picture as well to balance it out, and then as you can see, I'm going to bring in that happily ever after bit that I fussy cut and have that on there as the title as well. So I think once all my hearts are down, if I'm going to get them down, oh, again, I'm going to go around the edge with a black border, just one line I think this time, but once I went around it, I thought it needs something a little extra, so I've just doodled a couple of little black hearts. I think I just did 3, like I didn't want to overdo it, but I think a really small thing like that actually really makes the page. So going back to the first pages here, I thought I needed to balance out those washi rip bits that I did, so because there was 2 and it looked a bit so balancing it out with 3 and putting another one on the other photo. Then just a little sticker there that says love. That was not a Tim Holtz one, it was I think I bought it from the Plump Planner actually a very long time ago, but then these ones are the Tim Holtz. It's the small talk and the big chat, I think. I could be wrong there, but just adding a few phrases here and there. I don't remember what they say, even though I did this layout yesterday, these layouts yesterday, but they're all very wedding appropriate. And with that, I believe these 2 pages are done. Yeah, so really simple, really easy to do, but I think they look really pretty. I just love working with this paper pad. It's just pretty projects just sort of create themselves with it. So anyway, I will leave links in the description box as to where you can get this, as well as the Trimcraft social media links. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please chat to me down in the comments, and I'm going. Thanks again. Bye bye.